What is happening? On Tuesday, I launched my Kickstarter for Knave 2nd edition. And when I set it up, I set the goal for 10K, which seemed like a pretty reasonable goal. The last time I did a Kickstarter was for The Waking of Willoughby Hall, which I think made around 13K by the end, so 10 seemed pretty reasonable. And then I launched it, and it made 10K in 5 minutes. And then it kept rising. At the time I'm making this, it's made around $380,000. And it's the #1 trending item on Kickstarter for the last 3 days. I don't know what's going on, but let me tell you, I will take it. The outpouring of support and enthusiasm for Knave 2nd edition is absolutely mind-boggling, and I couldn't be more happy and grateful for all the help you guys have given me making this thing a success. One of the big things that people asked for pretty early on in the campaign was that they wanted the ability to get Peter Mullen's art as a kind of standalone thing, especially when they were getting the special premium edition, which doesn't have that really cool Peter Mullen cover. They wanted the art. So what I did is I added that on as an add-on. It's now a poster that you can buy, and you can get it with your other books if you really want it, and you can just put it on your wall and stare at that awesome art all day long. I also added the cloth patch that I had as a free day 1 special, and that's now also an add-on. So if you missed the 24-hour window where you could get that for free, you can still add that onto your order if you want. It's also been really cool to see the reactions of other YouTubers to Knave 2E. Nate over at WASD20 did a look through of the draft of the book, giving his opinions on it, which was really cool to see. You can go over and check out that video, or I'll put it down below or somewhere around here. And Baron DeRop over at Dungeon Masterpiece also spent like 12 hours building an entire campaign setting just by rolling up stuff on the random tables in Knave 2E. That's one of the big features of Knave, is that it's not just a rule set, it's really more of a campaign building toolkit, because it has all of these random tables, around 75 or so D100 tables that allow you to generate basically anything that you would need in a fantasy campaign. And Baron really makes use of that to just build this little mini setting really quickly. And he has a lot of really cool art that goes along with this. You can see visually what he was able to create. It's a great video. Go check it out. So what's coming up next for Knave 2E? Well, pretty soon we're going to be getting the cover in for Summer's End. And this is going to be a new cover done by DC Stowe, who also did the cover for Maze Rats that I showed you previously. Summer's End is going to be a collection. It's going to be a zine filled with 1-page dungeons and 1-page hexes. I used to call these things adventure hexes. They're basically a 6-mile hex, but instead of having just one thing in there, they're dense and packed with different events and factions and monsters and things like that. So if you're creating a hex crawl, you can plop these 6-mile hexes down into it, and you have a very rich situation to stumble into. The cover is going to be of the hex Summer's End, which is about a mountain hex. It's one big mountain that takes up the whole hexagon, and you can travel around the slopes around the outside of it, find a number of different factions. There's a tree full of magic swords. There's a bandit camp that you can run into. There is the summer worm, which is this giant golden worm that has the power of summer that you can try and fight. There's a tower up near the top of the mountain that is inhabited by this troll that has a magic horn that can cause avalanches. There's a lot of kinetic energy in there that you can use to just drop into your campaign and make it a little bit more exciting. I've seen some of the early visualizations that he's done of it, and it's looking really, really sweet. I'm really excited about it. In the meantime, thank you all again for backing the Kickstarter, and there is still plenty of days left, like 27 days left in this campaign to go. Unbelievably, it feels like it's been a month, but it hasn't been, just because so much crazy stuff has been happening. As usual, the link to where you can get to the Kickstarter will be right down there in the description below if you haven't backed yet and you want to check it out. All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you again soon.